Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report. Opening night in the books. Celtics 126 to 117 winners over the 76ers. Headlined by the best night I've seen simultaneously from Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Both of them go for 35 points apiece, both over 50% from the field. An incredibly efficient, fluid, dynamic night for the Celtics offensively that we saw in the preseason, running up the floor, getting ahead of the defense, tiring out Philadelphia with this pace and tenacity offensively that we saw. Tatum setting a tone early, getting downhill and powering through guys, drawing free throws. You had him and Brown trusting the guards to set up the offense as they got up the floor. It was a very fluid performance. That's the best way I could describe it from this offense. And Tatum, at his best, 35 points, 12 rebounds, shoring up that rebounding issue from the preseason. 4 overall rebounding victory for the Celtics, narrowly over the 76ers. That didn't end up becoming an issue here despite Philadelphia's size. And then, of course, the moments where he's dishing to Grant to his left, or finding guys underneath, or even making a back cut to get the game-sealing basket, essentially, from Marcus Smart down the stretch. The Celtics separated late, but held off runs throughout. And I found Tatum, we talked to a bunch of players post-game, super impressive, talking about how he took criticism of his quiet nature personally. I love him addressing that. I love him complimenting Joe Mazzulla after the game, saying that he always had the making of a head coach, talking about how they interact personally, and then showering him in praise for the job that he did coaching this game. And I agree with that. A successful challenge in the fourth quarter, lineups that ranged between smaller and bigger as they needed them. I think he hit all the right buttons in this game and allowed Tatum and Brown to play free, be loose, and not get contested, swallowed up with double teams, stagnant. Some of the stuff we saw last year, it was unbelievable how these guys opened up the offense here tonight, and much like that opening game in the preseason, raced to 110, 120 points, and just leave Philadelphia incapable of keeping up despite a big game from James Harden. Embiid finding his shot late, frustrating the Celtics through some foul calls. They righted the ship. You had different leaders step up during the game. You had a scuffle with Marcus Smart and Joel Embiid that we'll discuss in our next video. But Tatum at the podium, talking about the unselfish nature of his game. I found this moment very impressive here.
Last year was having the ball in you and Jaylen's hands a little bit more, but it looked like everybody was kind of working on that facilitation. Just say whoever has it goes and pushes that pace and sets up the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, time and scoring management, right? Maybe late shot clock, end of the half or in the fourth quarter, we'll slow it down, call something. But just in the flow of the game, push the ball. We've been playing really well together, so we all trust each other. Just all about getting to the right spots. Spacing is key, getting to the right spots, and then make something happen.
So Tatum, the Celtics, they're moving on to Florida. They're going to have the Heat on Friday, Magic on Saturday. 2 more good tests against some teams that should challenge them in similar ways to the way Philadelphia did here. This game wasn't a given. It looked like it was in the balance a couple different times, but the way Tatum, Brown made baskets, got steals, defended at a high level. Tatum talking after the game about that as well, the pride that they take individually and as a team on the defensive end of the floor. This is as thoroughly impressed as I've come away from Tatum, and we've seen some great games from him, especially last year. As a pro, just sounding like a leader, sounding like the face of this team, and playing like it too, unhindered by bad calls. He did pick up a technical in this game, though Mazzulla wins that challenge. It stands, but it doesn't falter, and the way that they played through that scuffle and some of the frustrating moments in this game was just really impressive. And the word you kept hearing from the players within the room is that maturity. And this is as mature of a night as I've ever seen from Jayson Tatum. I can't say it enough. We're brought to you by com.com/garden. Gets you 40% off a premium subscription, sleep sounds, meditation, yoga, more. It's all there. We're going to need it to get to bed after a win like that. This place is rocking. And then Athletic Greens, athleticgreens.com/garden. Gets you 5 free travel packs and a year's supply of vitamin D. Go get that. athleticgreens.com/garden. Subscribe, Celtics All Access. All our pressers are available at CLNS Media from tonight. And from the Garden, Celtics winners over the 76ers, 1-0 in the season. I'm Bobby Manning. Good night.